All right, on to Vikings traveling to Green Bay to face the Packers. Game of the weekend, in my opinion. Jordan Love still not fully participating in practice, but I think everyone is assuming he's going to play in this one. Sam Darnold, a little banged up himself after the ankle he suffered, but he is on track to play as well. So there's that.
He has a higher pain tolerance, red hair. I heard that this is like scientific fact. If you have red hair, you have a higher pain tolerance. So he'll be okay.
Head coach. I have no studies to back that up, but I'll believe it.
It's just science, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, they go through, they deal with a lot in terms of from like grade school.
I just think about the boxer from Mexico who's dominant. He's got red hair. He's like one of the toughest guys you'll ever watch. I don't even know the guy's name. I just know he's tough as hell. Blake Griffin, very tough.
Very tough. All right, Vikings. They get the head coaching nod because, again, I saw it's a complete coaching nod. And who's dialing it up on both sides of the ball better right now than the Minnesota Vikings? But these are two top 5 staffs in the league right now. I mean,
they've got answers to the test, as they say.
LaFleur is also dialing it up. Let's not get crazy here. And Jeff Hafley, I've been very impressed with how their defense has turned things around. So Vikings still get the tick mark there, but then quarterback, receivers, I'm giving the tick mark to the Packers because Jordan Addison likely still not playing yet in this one. Backfield, I called it a wash. Aaron Jones, most rushing yards in the NFL since week 16 last season. He still looks like he's at the top of his game, even though obviously the Packers went elsewhere at the running back position this offseason in Josh Jacobs. O-line, D-line, though, I got to go Packers for both of these. Now, who's getting more production out of their D-line? I mean, the Vikings are doing a lot to scheme it up to get those guys in good positions to win. But if you're just talking about talent, give me the Packers for both of those. But then linebacker secondary, this is where the Vikings are winning. This is where they're so dominant. This is what Jordan Love's going to have to deal with all game. But they may not even attack that because the Packers have the most rushing yards through 3 weeks of any team, not in the NFL just this season. Well, it is the NFL this season. But since 2019, since the Baltimore Ravens and that hot start that was Lamar Jackson taking the league by storm with the running game. So they're moving the ball on the ground. They may just choose, hey, we're going to try to catch you in some of these blitz looks. We're going to try to get you in an overload. We're going to get you on the other side, and we're going to gash you. The 49ers, I think, went away from that a little too soon in that game. The run looks back in week 2, and they paid for it. I think the Packers this week, I think they commit to the ground game, and that's where we see this game decided on who can stop the other's run game.
This is such a massive, swing in momentum and swing in supremacy, divisional supremacy. This is such a huge football game for both teams that are reestablishing themselves. Obviously, the Packers were great last year, but the Vikings, they found their identity this year with their defense and with their offensive schemes. Sam Darnold looks awesome. We're going to see Jordan Love probably, so it's going to be best on best for both these teams. I think the story of the game will come down to this Minnesota offensive line, who I've been raving about all year. But last week, both the tackles gave up a sack. The interior offensive line gave up 2 sacks. You have to protect Sam Darnold. If you're going to have him back there, drop him back. You don't want him under pressure. I think that's what the game comes down to. And to your point, can Aaron Jones ball out again? If Aaron Jones can ball out again and put the pressure on this defensive front from the Green Bay Packers, we're going to be looking at some trouble, I think, for Green Bay, because I'm not quite sure that Jordan Love is 100% healthy yet. I'd be interested to see what that looks like.
Well, I think it's pretty clear he's not going to be 100% healthy when he
comes back. Like, is it going to be Kirk Cousins isn't 100% healthy? Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers' version of 100% healthy? What are we going to look at? Is the mobility going to be anywhere near subpar?
I don't know. We'll see. I doubt he's going to be completely.
If it were up to me, I'd play Malik Willis.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
You would still.
We stole a few wins already. We're going to get more wins, divisional and out of division. I'd say let's continue to train our guy Malik Willis up.
I do wonder if there's a little like Malik Willis packages this week where they're like, hey,
we could definitely see that.
We don't need you to take, all these hits. We don't need to subject you to that. And we feel like we got a good thing with the running game going when Malik's in there. So
Darnold doesn't throw for a lot of yards, but man, he maximizes his touchdown opportunities, huh? So I mean, you got to understand.
He's aggressive in the red zone, man. That's what it takes.
They're going to be looking to throw the ball in that red area. So I'm looking for guys like these Packers secondary guys to be taking the football away. It's going to be Jefferson and Alexander, for some of this game, most of this game. Does he travel with Jefferson?
No, They sometimes stay on the right side of the field. I doubt I just bet he stays on the left side. Yeah. So we'll see. But I do love Darnold. You brought up his red zone capabilities. Like, I love that hitch route he threw for a touchdown last week. I can't remember exactly who it was to, but it was just like that is a throw that it's not open by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't look open. You just got to trust that I'm going to hit this tiny window before the defender gets to that tiny window.
I think it was week 1 or week 2. He hit Justin Jefferson on a bang slant, like a 4-yard slant. And Jefferson was able to play big guy ball. It's like a whole new brand of football that we see Justin Jefferson playing. It's a trust throw from Sam Darnold. He trusts his guys. KOC trusts his guys. Obviously, Flores trusts his defense.
I can't make a pick in this one. I'm too close.
I'm going to go Vikings because FTP.
Okay.